Again, fellow miscreants, fellow ne'er-do-wells, fellow rejects from society, and welcome to the darkness. You know, I've been on this earth for a long time, and I've seen a lot of interesting and crazy things. And you know, what's the actual scariest part about all this? Reality. Behind the masks, behind the facade, behind the actual, what do you call it? The actual paper that we put over the holes in our lives. It's actually kind of interesting. When you think everything is all honky and dory, and when you think everything is just peachy keen in your own little bubble, in your own little world, and then it all comes crashing down in one single swoop. And then what do you feel? You feel helpless. You feel like, where do I go from here? What do I do? That is when reality comes crashing down on you like a ton of bricks. And it wants to destroy you. It wants to kill you. It wants to reduce you down to a steaming pile of garbage. But here's what you got to decide that's very, very important. Do I really want to lay in the filth and the garbage and in the muck of society? Or do I actually want to rise above it? Or do I actually want to be my own entity, away from the sheeple? To dare to be a lone wolf. To dare to be you. To dare to be the man or the woman behind the mask. To dare to be you. To dare to be yourself. Can any of you dare to do that? Can any of you have the balls to do it? Or do you guys just get used to just putting on a facade? Putting on the high beams of that car and just blinding everybody with fake words, empty promises, and broken dreams. When are you going to realize life can be whatever you want it to be until reality comes crashing in the door? Then that's when you have to decide. Do you want to deal with it? Or do you want to let it deal with you? Do you want to actually win this crazy, crooked game called life? Or do you want to let it run you and let it win you and let it do whatever it wants? Because maybe that's what you like. You like to be told what to do, don't you? You like to be manipulated, don't you? You like to be literally galled and literally just told what to do all your life. Well, I'm sorry, but do I really look like that same guy? Do I really seem like that same guy? No, I'm not. I'm different. You see, I'm a lone wolf. Always have been, always will be. I've always been in this game for me. I've always looked out for myself. Because that's all I have in the end. Because I wasn't just brought into this darkness. I was born into it. And you see, when you're born into a world of darkness, where all that grows is your infinite hate and your infinite just badness, you find the word solitude. You find the word isolation. And then within that isolation and within that solitude, you find your true purpose. You find your true form. So that when you finally decide to come out of the darkness and into the light, then you become a whole new, different type of being. You become a whole new, different type of animal. Because you took that darkness, you took all that hate, you took all that fire, and you brought it into yourself. And you used it, and you wielded it. And with it, you have the most dangerous weapon the world has ever seen. The most dangerous weapon that everybody is afraid of. And you know what that weapon is, right? The first weapon in your arsenal of defense is one thing and one thing only. Your silence. Your infinite silence. You ever known that? You ever figured that out? Because let's face it, ladies and gentlemen, we don't live in a perfect world. The world isn't nice. Even if you'd like for it to be. Not everybody in this world is friendly. Not everybody in this world is your friend. Not everybody in this world is for you. Even though they act like it. They act like they're all for you. They act like they're there with you. When actual reality, they're all for themselves. They're all for just their little piece of whatever it is that they want from you. And when they get what they want, they throw you away. They toss you away. They just get rid of you. And then what? And then what are you left with? What are you left with? Scattered remains of what was once you? Why can't you just do us all a favor? Pick up whatever's left of you. Pick up whatever they took from you. Take it back. Bring it back. And keep it. Use it. Mold it. And shape it into the most powerful weapon the world has ever seen. Can you imagine being a person, being a person that is immovable, unstoppable, uncorruptible, never flinching, never moving, standing strong? Can you imagine being that type of a person? Can you imagine being that type of a monster? That's something that the world will never expect. Because they always expect you to be complacent, to be bowing down like a dog, right? Like literally, like a wounded dog bowing down to everybody, praying for scraps. Have you ever seen how a hungry dog acts? Have you ever seen how a hungry dog operates? See, a hungry dog, they don't care about loyalty. They don't care about friendship. They don't care about togetherness. No. They care about satisfying one thing: hunger. Satisfying that deep, wild urge. To sustain. To live. To breathe. To keep going. And keep moving. And it doesn't matter what the cost is. That dog is going to get its satisfaction. With you or without you. That's the way everybody should be. You know, you don't need validation to tell people that you're good. You don't need other people's approval to say or do something. You do it because you want to do it. You say it because you want to say it. You act because you choose to act. Nobody makes you do it. No one should. Because you ought to know you bought it. So, why not live it up? Why not expand it to the fullest? At least that's what I figured. That's what I think. So, anyhow, I've got to get going because I've got other little business appointments to attend to. So you guys take care, and just remember, the darkness is always there. It's always watching. And when you shut off the lights tonight and look in that mirror, just remember the person that will be staring right back at you, which is your own pathetic excuse of a reflection, but a more stronger version of you, begging to be released from its prison, begging to be let out and let the world see who you really are. and what you're really about. And for that, I'm going to leave you with that. So, fare thee well, dear friends, and pleasant nightmares.